She is an exclusive coach, entrepreneur, educator, diversity and inclusion advocate, passionate about uplifting lives. She loves writing contents, scripts for film, commercials, and events, and produced one short film and would love to use it as a voice for the persons with disability, specifically the deaf community. With more than 20 years of experience and expertise in HR, more than and media industry and formal education, let us all welcome Mrs. Elyse Go.
Hello, sorry, so I've been speaking, but I was on mute. So can you hear me now? So again, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Elyse Go, a co-founder of Hand in Heart and an organization as well called Puede, Precious Works of Differently Abled Enterprise. So thank you for the introduction. So like mentioned, I wear different hats, but what's really common amongst the hats that I wear is my passion to uplift lives, no? And coincidentally, I'm currently here at our bazaar. It's an all PWD bazaar. Okay, so I just realized I can showcase our PWD sellers today. So if I may show you, we're at Green Hills now. Let me see. So these are all PWD sellers here at Green Hills. No, so I want to introduce to you maybe some of them. So this is Zoo.
Hi,
Zoo, show your t-shirt.
this is my artwork. I made this.
Yeah, so this is Zoo. That's her artwork. They're currently selling those shirts.
We have
She's
mugs, mask chain, keychain. We also have mugs and other things. You
yeah.
can come check out our store if you
So
want.
Zoo is a student of Space. Space is a school
Sparks.
for huh?
Sparks.
Sparks. Sorry. So she's a student of Sparks, no? A school for developmental and for developmental disabilities as well, no? So and then I have here Nina. Show your pot.
This is my
So
thought of Mickey Mouse because Disney is celebrating 100 years of wonder next year.
so Nina is our adult with autism. So she has several of those pots, no? And then we have here one of my co-founders, Jen. So we the merchandise would be um, sign language. We're promoting Filipino sign language because we want to spread more friendships between the deaf and the hearing community. Right? Then I have
Feline.
come here.
Hi, I'm Feline. I have bipolar disorder, and part of my therapy is art. So I design jewelry and make ceramics. So here.
Yeah, so that's it. That's Doc Feline. Let me put back my camera. All right. So that's Doctora Feline. She's a doctor, no, but with bipolar disorder, and for her, her therapy is making pots. So yeah. So basically, I'm in the business, quote unquote, no, of uplifting lives and empowering people, making everybody feel included. So can we have the next slide, please? Yeah. So really, our big idea is for full participation of persons with disability in society. So Hand in Heart was created in 2019 with the purpose to uplift lives for employment facilitation as well as development of other skills such as entrepreneurship. So as Hand in Heart, we take advantage of any opportunity to really increase the capacity, no, the capacity of our persons with disability towards their full potential. Okay. And then next, you can go to the next slide. Yeah, so we've been doing all these orientations since we started 4 years ago. So it's really a lot of awareness awareness building, no, for the society. And we can go to the next slide. Yeah, so those are all the different awareness efforts that we've done since 4 years ago. So, so the one in the middle that you see, during the pandemic, we had a partnership with Lazada in order to onboard our PWD sellers into their platform. Okay, and then today here in Green Hills, this is the second time that we're holding an all PWD bazaar. So it's really a two purpose, no. One is to raise awareness, and the other one is to empower and give them allow them an opportunity to gain decent living, even for their caregivers, no. So what I mean is, we don't want that our persons with disability to be seen or to be viewed as always dependent, no. So they also want to be independent, so therefore we're really honing and showcasing all their skills and talents. Okay, we can go to the next slide. Yeah, so we've as Hand in Heart, we've been teaching sign language classes. Why? Because we want to build more friendships, no, between the hearing and the deaf community. Meaning, when you're in another country and you hear Filipino speak, it excites our hearts, right? Because you know that there's a kabayan, no? The same way with the deaf community, if they see people who knows how to sign, they also feel excited knowing that somebody will understand them. Okay, so that's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to bridge gaps between two worlds. Okay, we're really bridging gaps between two worlds towards full integration. Okay, so some of their skills are in working, but for the others, their skills are into entrepreneurship. Okay, like our home bakers. So they just really need an instrument or an avenue to show that. Okay, next slide. All right. So these are all the different activities that we've done. As Hand in Heart, we're very happy to have helped more than 200, okay, more than 200 people in employment. Um, while here at the PWD, for Pwede, we have over 20 seller members already that's been uh, that's been coming with us in every bazaar, no. So some, if the talent is painting, then we also hold those exhibits, no. So yeah, so we've partnered with more than maybe 20 in the past 4 years. So we're really it's really the achievement for us, no. And they're being viewed as really contributing members of society. Okay, so can I go next? Okay, so the question is, how do we make our PWDs catch up, right? How do they catch up with the fast changing world? No, so what we've done as an organization, we've trained them. We've made trainings for their skills to catch up. So example of it would be Canva training. Especially during the pandemic, we ask ourselves, how do we make our PWDs catch up with the digital times, no? So because we taught them like a 2-hour workshop of Canva, then now they're able to make posters about their products or their services even from home, even during the pandemic, no. So these are some of the example of workshops that we've done. So effective poster making, like it's not really just about making posters, but how do you make your posters uh, attractive or effective, no. Social media is something that's really becoming a marketing channel for people. So part of the training we've done is to give them social media marketing workshops, Like, for example, it's not really just about posting, but maybe if your product is about services, if it's a sign language class, you make some educational post, no, like tips on how to communicate with the deaf, or for example, if it's pottery making, some tips on pottery making, no. So those are the kinds of content that we teach them to do so that their businesses will be effective, no? So those are some of the trainings. You really have to be able to adjust and catch up with the changing times. Actually, like for example, this PWD Bazaar has been an opportunity for students to practice their entrepreneurial skills. Like for example, Zoo, earlier, what was your duty earlier at the booth?
I was doing cash register. Um I was attending to the cash.
Yeah, so Zoo here, no, they've actually used the bazaar in order to train them in people facing, like doing cashiering, no, giving change, no. So so that's the way that this bazaar has been like an on-site training for our persons with disability. No, how many buyers have you had, Nina? How much did the boy buy from you today?
1,000.
How much?
She bought
So,
1,000 pesos.
so according to Nina, somebody bought 1,000 pesos worth of items from her earlier. No, so this kinds of events, it's not just really of course, hopefully they get to sell, but at the same time becomes a training ground. It also becomes a training ground for our PWD sellers, a real experience of entrepreneurship. So this is just a start, and we're hoping that they get to learn more from on-site trainings like this, no. So there, next please. Yeah, so what has been my key learnings in this in my journey with persons with disability? So one is, the good news is a lot of people actually want to help. They just don't know how. No? So like for example, for example here in Green Hills, they actually gave us the venue for free. No, so that's a very good example that a lot of people really want to help. No, uh, like when we had our first BWD Entrepreneurs Bazaar in Market, that was also given for free. So it really gives me a good impression that a lot of people really want to help. We just don't know how, and because we have our organizations, we become the bridge for them. No, we've been holding sign language workshops in a cafe, an all deaf cafe called Overdose, and every session that we have, there are more people coming. No, even people, no, even if it's based in San Juan, we get more people like from Pampanga, Quezon City. So it really gives me that impression. I'm very happy to feel that more people are really want, no, they're just in search, where do we help, or how do we support. So that has become the role of organizations like ours. um and another one is the glaring lack of access to quality education to develop full potential, no. I feel sad, of course, a lot of times, because I see our PWDs who has so much talent. Okay, they have so much talent, but yun nga, parang our quality of education is not giving that opportunity, like if if I see, like, for example, Zoo here is a great artist. What else do you like doing? Singing, dancing?
Singing, dancing, playing rock music.
Yeah, so singing, dancing, playing rock music. So all those can be really a career, right? A career, and be go into full potential.
I also have ADHD.
So according to Zoo, she has ADHD. Okay, so she's a person with ADHD, but with a lot of talents, right? Singing, dancing, painting, and so it became a source of income for her. No, uh, Nina here is very good in math. Are you good in dates?
Like Chinese zodiac and 12 animal signs and 5 elements.
Yeah, so Nina is very good in memorizing your dates. That's her superpower, memorizing your birthday, your Chinese zodiacs. No, so it's really maximizing what we call their superpowers. No, in the process, what was very important would be a strong leader from the community. So Jen Diokno here is a strong leader of the deaf community, very respected by the deaf community. So, so sorry for the background, but we're just to give you a feel of our bazaar. Okay, so she's the one who really stood up for the deaf community. No, so it's very important that somebody from the community works hand in hand with with the general public, no, with an advocate. No, um, and of course, we also want more laws. We want more laws to support the development of our persons with disability for them to be contributing members of society. Okay. Next slide. No, so for us, our dream really is that one day we won't have to advocate anymore. Meaning our persons with disability has become a main, like a regular members of society, and that our society is no longer afraid to interact with them. We no longer have to knock on doors because being open-minded has become natural. Okay, we want more friendships made amongst our PWDs and the general public. And of course, we want ease of access to basic services. No, at the same time, of course, I've heard of a story, like a top agent, and the top agent was a deaf person. So so really, that's the dream for us. So yeah, I think that's it. So thank you so much for this opportunity to Royland and the group of Hands in Inclusion.
Ayan. Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Go, sa inyong insightful na presentation. Sa mga nakatutok sa ating FB Live, magbigay naman kayo ng heart or like reacts for Mrs. Go. Kung meron po kayong mga katanungan, maaari po nyo itong i-comment ngayon mismo. Lahat po ng inyong katanungan ay ibibigay natin sa ating speaker ngayon. Mukhang ngayon po, Miss Go, wala pa pong nagko-comment na kanilang questions. Pero kung meron po silang questions na maisip later, saan po nila kayo pwede i-reach out?
Yeah, so we have our Facebook page. It's called Hand in Heart. So you can just like our Facebook page and reach out to us there anytime.
Ayun. So, ngayon po wala po mga questions pero sana po yung mga viewers po natin kung meron po silang questions later, i-reach out nyo lang po ang Hand in Heart FB page. Ayan.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Go.
Thank you.
Yes,
Say bye-bye.
and
Bye.
thank you po.
We're done na.
So,